Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bets Today, your go-to channel for smart sports analysis. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that many of you have asked about: how to approach sports betting with a winning mindset. We're going to break it all down, step by step. If you're serious about learning and want to elevate your understanding, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our expert insights. First, let's clear up some common misconceptions. What is sports betting not? It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not about blindly picking your favorite team and hoping for a miracle. And it's definitely not about chasing losses with bigger, riskier bets. Successful betting isn't based on pure luck or gut feelings. It's a discipline that requires skill, strategy, and a deep understanding of numbers. Treating it like a lottery is the fastest way to drain your account. The pros don't guess, they calculate. They don't hope, they analyze. They see it as a long-term investment in their knowledge and analytical skills, not a series of desperate gambles. So, the first step to winning is to stop thinking like a casual fan and start thinking like a sharp, analytical investor. Now, let's talk about the absolute foundation of all betting: understanding probability. Every single betting line you see is just a representation of probability. A team listed at 200 isn't just a heavy favorite. It means the market implies they have about a 66.7% chance of winning. A 150 underdog? That implies a 40% chance of victory. Your job as a bettor is to determine if these implied probabilities are accurate. Do you think that underdog actually has a 45% chance to win? If so, you've found what's called value. Here's a simple way to think about it. Imagine flipping a coin. We know it's a 50-50 chance for heads or tails. In betting terms, that would be even money, or 1/100 odds. If someone offered you plus 10 odds on heads, you should take that bet every single time. Why? Because the payout is better than the true probability. Over the long run, even with that small edge, you will come out ahead. This is the core principle. You're not trying to predict the future with 100% certainty. You're trying to find situations where the odds offered are more favorable than the real-world probability of that event happening. Forgetting this is like trying to build a house without a foundation. It just won't stand. So, how are these probabilities or odds created? This brings us to our third point: understanding the sports betting market. Think of it like a stock market, but for sports outcomes. The opening lines are set by expert odds makers based on sophisticated models, statistics, team news, injuries, and more. But once that line is released, it starts to move. Why? Because of the market. That is, all the money being bet by people like you. If a flood of money comes in on one side, say the Los Angeles Lakers, the sportsbooks will adjust the line to make the other side, their opponent, more attractive. They do this to balance their books and guarantee a profit, regardless of who wins. This is called the VIG, or juice, that little commission they take on every bet. Understanding this is crucial. Sometimes a line moves not because of a new injury or a change in fundamentals, but simply because of public perception or a large, influential bet. A sharp bettor learns to read these market movements. Are you fading the public, meaning betting against the popular opinion? Or are you following the sharp money, the big bets placed by professional syndicates? Knowing the difference between a market overreaction and a legitimate line move is a skill that separates the winners from the losers. Okay, let's say you've mastered probability and you're starting to understand the market. You've found a few value bets. What now? This is where the most important and often most ignored aspect comes into play: bankroll management. This is the fourth and arguably most critical step. Your bankroll is the total amount of money you have set aside purely for betting. This should be money you can afford to lose. I can't stress this enough. Never bet with money you need for rent, groceries, or bills. Once you have your bankroll, you need a strict staking plan. The most common and effective method is flat betting. This means you bet the same amount, or unit, on every single wager. A conservative unit size is typically 1% to 2% of your total bankroll. So, if you have a $1,000 bankroll, your standard bet, or one unit, would be $10 or $20. That might not sound exciting, but it's the key to survival. Why? Because even the best bettors in the world go on losing streaks. It's inevitable. Proper bankroll management ensures that a bad run doesn't wipe you out. It keeps you in the game long enough for your edge to materialize. Chasing losses by doubling your bet size after a loss is called the martingale system, and it is a guaranteed path to ruin. Discipline here is non-negotiable. It's what separates a hobbyist from a serious contender. Finally, we arrive at the ultimate goal: finding your edge. An edge is your specific advantage over the sportsbook. It's the why behind your bet. What do you know, or what can you analyze, that the market might be missing? This is your unique secret sauce. Your edge could come from a variety of places. Maybe you specialize in one specific sport or league, like Korean baseball or second division Spanish soccer. By becoming a true expert in a niche market, you can often know more than the odds makers, whose attention is spread thin across hundreds of sports. Or perhaps your edge is in data modeling. You might build your own statistical models that project game outcomes more accurately than the market lines. Maybe you're an expert at analyzing situational spots, like how a team performs on the second night of a back-to-back on the road after a tough loss. Or maybe you're great at reading live game situations and finding value in live betting. The key is to specialize. Don't try to be a jack of all trades. Find one area, one sport, one type of bet, and become the absolute best you can be at it. Keep meticulous records of all your bets. Track your wins, losses, the odds, the sport, and the reason for your bet. This data is invaluable. It will show you where your strengths are and where you're leaking money. Your edge is what makes this a game of skill. Without it, you're just flipping coins, and the sportsbook will always win in the end because of the VIG. Finding and refining your edge is a continuous journey of learning, adapting, and improving. So, let's recap the 5 key steps to developing a winning approach. 1. Understand that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a game of skill and analysis. 2. Master probability. Your entire goal is to find odds that are better than the true likelihood of an event. 3. Understand the betting market. Know how lines are made and why they move. 4. Implement strict bankroll management. Protect your capital with a disciplined staking plan to survive the variance. And 5. Find your edge. Specialize and become an expert in a specific area to gain a sustainable advantage. These principles are the bedrock of successful sports betting. It takes time, dedication, and a lot of discipline. But by following this framework, you move away from gambling and toward strategic investing. It's a challenging but incredibly rewarding pursuit. Thank you so much for joining us on Bets Today. I hope this detailed breakdown gives you a clear roadmap. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and, more importantly, hit that subscribe button to become part of our community. We have a lot more expert content coming your way. Let us know in the comments which of these 5 points you're going to focus on first. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.